This hardware job. So, and I don't mean any of that liver-lizzied, gun-slinging stuff, and I don't mean any of that arty stuff. I'm here to do that. Yous all will just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other, all that stuff. This is a place to have a good old time, friends and frolic, and all that stuff. Okay? This is it.
Hello, good afternoon. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to share this out on a couple places, and then we will be on with the show. This is it. So I'm just sharing out on Reddit, and as you can see, I'm almost done here. I gotta do some things on top panel here, a little bit here, bunch of stuff here, and a bunch of stuff there. Okay, so there we go. We're all shared out. We're just gonna pop the chat. And we're done in that respect. Okay, so we just need to see some of the things we're going to. So how is everybody today? Remember to hit the like button, share, comment, all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so let's see. 0.8. Hey. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky, so. As far as I'm concerned, anyways, got tricky. How is everyone today? I see we got 3 people watching at the moment. I'm drawing up my comic, The Canadian Shield number 2. I've done number 1. It is on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Take your pick. There are a few more options on Indiegogo, I admit, but I'm trying to get it funded on Kickstarter just for, expanding my base. So, hopefully you can, fund on Kickstarter. You get the basic book and all that. No, but the only thing you can't get there is the buckler if you want it, or some page art. Other than that, they're fairly similar campaigns. Hey, Evan. No, you don't need to resend the files. Why would you need to send the files for the pencils? Because I got the CMV version, the Clip Studio art version. I was able to download that from Discord, which I like finding out about that because I was able to tell Pope Raven, which means I might be able to get the Clip Studio files for issue 1 a little easier from him. And that's my mom. Most likely, if you see my name in the chat, Cross Comics in the chat, that will be my mother people talking, not me. She's using my account on my tablet since she can't type in on her main computer. Hopefully in a few months we can get a new computer. Or I can get a new computer and maybe let her use the laptop. Unless I end up using the laptop. You switch the pencil lines to the pencil lines, but the colors go outside lines because I redid the inks for them. Okay, maybe after this, we'll get in a thing together. Whatchamacallit? Google Hangouts, Evan, and we'll go over your thing if you got time today. Because I'm not quite sure what you mean. I think I do, but you know what? Because Clip Studio. Because I unhighlighted it and opened up a bunch of these. I didn't know which. Because I'm making the cards in Adobe Illustrator because that's where I've made them before. So I have a lot of templates in there, so it's easier that way to make them. Hey, Raggedy! Are you trying to hang out and chill with Evan? Sure, why not? But, so, maybe I accidentally left one of the pencil lines in here. And let's see whether we can shrink this, so give me a second or two. Or which layer is your pencil lines? It's a hookup. Hey, Mallet, how are you? Raggedy, how are you? Do you know which layer you're penciling at? That's change layer name. Call that logo. Okay, that looks like inks to me. It's the one that looks sketchy. Is that better? Because those, I know there's sketch lines, but that seems to give that a bit of depth with those in there like that. That's maybe that's one thing I can do is go add a layer and go on. Maybe go over because maybe I can go over stuff and add some shading. Because that seems to be uh, what it ends up missing. Is because that looks, the pencil lines seem to be giving it a bit of shading. That's probably why I thought they were meant to be there. But yeah, I can see a few things like right here where they're not meant to be. But you know, with lines here, it gives like definition to the wraps and that one and that one. There's a few places that those lines are really good, in my opinion. Okay, so we'll take layer thing off. We'll do shading on this. We should have time on Friday. We'll do shading on this on Friday live. For high noon. I'm lazy. We could say it's both. But I don't think you're lazy. You do a lot of work around for people. So let's say you just don't have time. That sounds more reasonable. I'm not putting that monitor there to block out that guy. Jeez. That'd be stupid. Yeah, I put it on Facebook, Kickstarter already. Later today, I'm gonna put it on Twitter. Oh. Yeah. So there's the back of the card. And there is the front of the card at the moment. We're going to transform it, obviously, as we were saying. Do some shading on it. But I'm going to put them on Twitter to give an idea of... we want to see the evidence. Evidence. Too late, right? The mob has spoken. So yeah, I'm gonna put this up on Twitter today, for sure. Obviously, at this point, it's not quite the finished product, but it gives people an indication of stuff going on. So I wanna. Well, like I said, right now the updates are on Kickstarter. I'll be putting them on Indiegogo later on today for anybody who has backed as well. And like I said, it'll be going on Twitter. Right now, the only thing on the back that needs to be filled out is this version by Evan Hotep on, and then where we can find him. That's the only thing missing there. I put it up on Discord. Okay. Yeah, because I gave you both versions, so I gave you you've got the front and the back at the moment too, so. And of course, there's the front here. Evan designed the background, so I worked with that. Yeah, but the copyright says, oh, okay, I haven't changed that. I actually changed it for Evans. I mean, Elric's. Like, if you look at the back version of Evans, this is what I am going to change it to for that. The Canadian Shield is property of comics. I'm not going to try and claim it's a paint. I figured that, Evan, but you still created the different layers and all that the way it was going. But yeah, that I'm going to change the Evans card. I should do that right now. I don't want to take. The only thing I want to claim is Canadian Shield. So Control A, Control C. Control A, Control V, Control A. And there we have that. And Control S. The gradient tone and forms up that flood. Gradient tone and all forms of light and shadow. Of episode of 2020. So there, that has changed. I'm just claiming the Canadian Shield. You know, Evan can obviously, take this character here and use him any way he wants because it is his character. And that would be the same with Elric being able to take the Canadian Shield Chan, as it's being called. And do whatever he wants with it. Now, the only thing I would say is change the name of the character if you're going to use it for both of you. So, I have a copyright domain. I'll rename my how the someone nab cross comics quick. A little known fact: Evan actually owns the copyright to the dungeon. I had this weird dream that Twitter took away my Twitter handle. Raggedy says he has the copyright to Wayne Gretzky. He says Mallet says he has the copyright to Rick Piper. Evan says I'm gonna rename mine to Rick Piper. Piper's Shield. And Raggedy says someone nab cross comics quick. Well, I don't get where you have Piper's Shield. You might be better with Maple Shield, Evan. Dick Piper is already copyrighted along with Maple Trails, a Rick Piper visual novel. Maple Adian Shield. Oh well, it's up to you, obviously. I'm just gonna like name the Canadian Shield and Canadian Shield and no, I think Manny has Canadian Maiden, I should say. Bullet. He's so enthralled by my version of Canadian Wonder Woman. They're taking all the good names. It's not my fault you can't think fast enough, Evan. Well, Canadian Spirit does actually sound like a decent one. Have you actually done that, Bullet? Moose punches through. You know right about what? Bullet? Mumdarian shield? Mumdadian shield? Intriguing. Mummy leaf. Mummy maple. I have Rick. He's a World War II soldier who brought the Canadian spirit to the. Cool. Classic Paul Puro, the Canadian spirit. You have officially copyrighted. Have you officially copyrighted the Canadian Shield, Rick? It's not essential, but it's probably a good idea. Yeah. Should be able to show this on screen. I just gotta know where it is first. Pretty sure I do, but not 100% sure. Comics. Cross Comics. Yeah. Reference. We'll put it in reference. Add files. So yeah, I know you're not sure how well you can see that, and that doesn't matter about my old address either. I actually have to change that. So yeah, the all official. That's my old address, not my new address. So I don't care if anybody knows that. I gotta change that. I claim Rick's misreading as my own character. Mom DeLorean. Ma'am DeLorean. Oh man. Okay, the last thing said is Mandalorian. Okay, so let's get some of this blue out of here so we can see what's going on. So what's going on now, people? What are we going to talk about? So I had a pretty good stream last night over on Twitch. The comment of the standard variety placed here. um, Drawing up some of the Metals characters. Which I'll be finishing off inking on Thursday over there. That's from the Metals universe. I'll be finishing off inking those on Thursday at 10 Eastern Standard Time. Bullet says the metal has characters. I had no idea. Yeah, he has a website and everything. Give me a sec. I'll bring it up and share the link. Right now he has a fan art contest going on too, so. There's the link to his website. And he's going to be on Thursday talking about his universe. The metal is the metal's main character, I believe. Featuring, Evan says, featuring Weird Al Yankovic. Well, now you know Bullet, and as they say, knowing's half the battle. I don't know what knowing half the battle is for in this case, but I don't remember adding an H at the end. You didn't. As far as I know, it's pronounced Weird Al Yankovic. I could be wrong, but he's putting letters in your mouth. "50% of the time, it's lasers, guns, and death," says Bullet. I have no idea what you mean by that, Bullet. About 50% of the time of being that. Rick doesn't like other people's names rhyming with his, so yeah, has to change. I think I'm going to have to make Rick Piper super cut of I could be wrong moments. The other half of the battle. Oh. Okay, how many TB would that terabytes would that take up? Hey, at least I admit I could be wrong, Evan. What is wrong with admitting that I could be wrong? 30 terabytes. That's a lot, says right. "48 hours supercut incoming." Would not be that long. Then again, the amount of footage Evan would have to come up with to do that. It's going to have. It's going to have. You know, you're right. Bunch of auto for background. Then again, you could be wrong. Yep, I could be. Three-minute intervals of babies. Takes part. Taken from the part in the Max Payne. YouTube blocking my comments. Must be YouTube because I'm not seeing any comments by you. Even to hide or show. Hashtag justice for Evan. Oh. My question is really, what were you saying that they blocked your comments? What kind of atrocities were you saying? Evan? I was referencing a song Bullet made, utilizing the noises of certain animals that YouTube hates. Okay, if you say so. Your resources. No, Marguerite says, the wild beast. Evan is now on the list. Evan says, hippopotamus. Hippopotami. Dibs on hippopotamus. The wild beast? Really, Rick? What? To ride at Canada's Wonderland? What about the wild beast? A Typhanosaurus rex. You're twisting my words. How am I twisting your words? I read raggedy sentence. Ah, the wild beast. Or are you talking about hippopotamus? Or hippopotami? Okay, bullets, bruh. Bro. Rhinoceros, says Evan. Oh. I'm back in a minute. I need something to drink. Just grab some water, not quite as cold as I thought, but that's preposterous. They make water in bottles now. You can just have it next to you. Yeah, but you gotta go grab it. I had water in the fridge. Getting cold, although I only put it in like 10-15 minutes before we started this. Well, maybe half an hour. So it was in for about an hour and a half. It's not that cold yet. I think I'm gonna finish this one later. I'm gonna have to go back and finish a bunch of these things because I'm not putting in certain things. Okay, so there's 15. Okay, we redid 16. So 15 is that pile. Mallet's back. Hey, Mallet. How you doing? So we got page 16 here, divided up into 5 panels. So this is 15 and a half. Now I'd like to do each panel 3 inches because that'd equal 15, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 things, so that equals 14 and a half inches to work with. So 2 times 5 is 10, so we got 10, so now we got 4.5 inches to work with. Maybe we can do 3/4. 3/4 and 3/4 is a half. Or 1.5. 1.5 and 1.5 is 3. Leaving us with 1/4 left over. You have a question about The Walking Dead? Whew. What happens to the governor? I think he dies. He came back in the TV series. And I think he ended up drowning. Is this a CBC public education channel? No. He gets voted in at a landslide. So 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. We cannot divide. Well, I'm not sure. I thought he gets killed the second time he comes back in a later season. I'm not sure what happens in the comics. Plus 2 marks. So, and 2 get an extra mark. Okay, so let's see. This will have the top and the bottom with the extra mark. Okay, 2 3/4, 1, 2, 3, and then a quarter. Rick, this was covered in anatomy class. What was covered in anatomy class? Not anatomy class. No, during the zombie apocalypse hellscape, he gets voted out in a very. One. 1, 2, 3/4. Oh, who kills him? um, forget. Man, wasn't the real man wasn't the real monster. Oh. Hey, Lady Celtic Moon, how are you today? Being deemed essential should be the new blue check mark on Twitter. Yeah, for sure, Mallet. So, is the shape of the world getting you down? I love Mallet's plan. Or more accurately, the craziness. Mallet has a plan? My only question is, how do you get one of those damn blue check marks, anyways? I can't figure out how to. I can't figure out how to apply for a blue check mark. I'd love a blue check mark on Twitter. I think. We even have documentation. Then everyone will have to listen to my uniform political opinions, as well as blue check marks for die from depression. Well, fear has a lot to do with his. Yeah, it does. But I think there's nothing to fear, so for several reasons. Do we take their mansions? Yes. I never understand Twitter or Instagram. It's easy, Rick. You pay them money. Oh, okay. Now, honestly, is that what it is? You pay them money somehow? I vote for Mallet to run the world after the apocalypse is resolved. I vote for Jesus to run the world. Maybe just Twitter. Well, I have two of the five things that say if you have to stay home. But I do not get any of the stuff from I can rely on. Okay. Uh, Well, I have two of the five things. They say if you have, stay home. But if I do not have any, do you get to stay home? I'm gonna. I have no one to shop for me. You know what? Go out and shop for yourself. I say. I don't know what the statistics are for Texas offhand for people who have it. Yes, sir. Give them money and your ID, and then they say, "Yep, you're you." Unless you say something they don't like, then you're not you anymore. Okay. Here, let's see. Diabetes and heart disease. Doo doo doo. Well, in Texas right now, on this one side, it says there's been a total of 1,027 people infected. There's 1,014 sick, and 13 have died. So, based on that, I don't know what chances you want to take. Rick, no. But you, but you, but you're still, because Twitter is trash and unimportant. Rick, no. No what? Wait, if you have a blue check mark, I don't become better? What were you telling me no to, Evan? Uh, don't tell people with symptoms to go spread it. I'm not telling anybody with symptoms to go and spread it. Lady Celtic Moon was just saying, Lady Celtic Moon didn't say she had symptoms. Lady Celtic Moon was saying she has diabetes and that, and they're saying people with stuff like that shouldn't go out. Just because they might be a bit more susceptible to the disease. But, you know, if she needs food and stuff like that, you go out and get it. Either that, or I guess you could try and contact somebody from her church. Contact one of the pastors or the office staff from the church, if they even have them in at the moment, and see whether anybody in her church can do something. You know, Twitter is barely any people actually tweeting. It's like 2% of people on Twitter create the majority of tweets. Rick, no. What no? What are you saying no now? To. I'm not trying to get her infected. Hey, I said here's the statistic. If you think it's you're going to get infected or whatever based on these statistics, you know, you make up your own mind. I ain't telling anybody to get infected. I wouldn't want anybody to get infected. I know you're all trying to troll me really, but I am not trying to create genocide because we are nowhere close to genocide with this thing. There's no trust. Rick, are you making your poor mother go out in this? I ain't making her do nothing. We have gone out. There's like 600 people at best, I think. Around 600 people infected of all Ontario. Let's see, there's over 6 million people in the province. And last time I knew, none in my area. Well, my city. So the chances of me getting infected are extremely, extremely slim, if not non-existent. Rick, obviously you can't leave the house without your papers. Leave it to us with the blue jay. Okay, again, Evan's saying Rick no. I'm not saying why he's saying no. Exactly, Evan. That's the way the world works. You'll end up with a fake case, just like marsupial. That's not how infections work. It's not how infections work. You have to be in contact with the person or in the same general area of them to get it. You know, I can get their infection from 100 miles away, 50 miles away. Usually that's how we do it anyways, Bullet. Go out one at a time. The odd time me and my mom go out together. Well, a few times. Because, like I said, last time I knew, the closest person to me that's infected is like 50 or 60 miles away. Maybe 30. You can't math your way out of this. You could have been exposed weeks ago and not known it yet. Well, since this has been going on 2 weeks, I doubt I've been infected. Especially with, or you mean the people I'm meeting or in contact with for like about half a second. And that's another thing, from what I hear, you got to be sitting down with, well, maybe not sitting down, but in these general people's vicinity for like, 5 or 10 minutes. You can't, from what I get, you can't just get it by passing by somebody for like half a second. What I've been learning. Okay, first of all, my neighbor didn't die. It was somebody in her house. It wasn't of corona. Rick, that's simply not true. And saying that is actually dangerous. What? Saying what is actually dangerous? I didn't kill nobody. When did China take over the CBC? Okay, Raggedy, what's simply not true in saying that is actually dangerous? What? You gotta tell me what you're talking about when you say stuff back to me, because we got about 5 conversations going on here. You said that you needed to. Hey, I'm saying what I heard on the news. So, don't blame me, blame the news. And this is within the last couple days. And I can only spread information that I'm aware of. Can't spread information that I'm not aware of. And I forget which news source offhand. Find better news. Well, how do you know it's not true then? If who's telling you that not? That you don't have to be in the presence of, like 5 minutes or so sitting down or whatever. And I know it certainly wasn't CNN that I got it from, so. Because the virus can survive on surfaces. Yeah, but you're talking on a surface rather than in the air, airborne surface. Airborne. I'm aware of ingesting aquarium cleaner as a way to prevent it, Rick. Don't. I'll try and find the news source and for tomorrow. For where it was. Not that I'm going to have any hope of finding it. But there's the question, how long does it survive on surfaces too, or are they saying? Or are they? Yeah, well, these are people that got that information from scientists or doctors or were interviewing a scientist or a doctor or whatever. Evan? The virus can be contacted from it getting in your eyes. It's why they tell you to wear a mask. It's why they tell you just a mask won't work, and that if you have it, wearing a mask will keep you prevent up to 48 hours on stainless steel. Well, what about other surfaces? You know, plastic, wood, um, various rock. Then why did one dude kill himself? Wait. Huh? I don't know why that guy did it. Like I said, I'll try and find the news source. I have no idea where at the moment. I'm not saying that guy didn't drink the stuff. Because he thought that, and I doubt any new. He saw it on the news. I don't know what news he saw that on. That'd be crazy. Drinking aquarium cleaner. Or maybe it would kill it on surfaces. But that wouldn't mean you should drink it. um, uh, the dynamic bar with yeah, what's this time over? Does it say March 7th? March 1st. 2nd. Yeah, I don't deny there's a lot of cases. But you don't want to know something that has more cases right now? The flu. The flu, if you did the flu in this exact same thing, it would make it look crazy. Not nowhere near as significant.
I ran out of power.
So, yeah. So I guess it all depends on what you're comparing it to.
You guys arguing in here
Yeah.
over foolishness.
Well, that's foolishness, but not foolishness.
Oh, by the way, we don't need papers to go out.
Huh?
Somebody said about needing papers.
Oh, he was joking.
Oh.
Rick Zagrona. Rick, China doesn't have the answers. Actually, if you look at China, I know that people want to believe the China numbers, but right now in China, they're almost recovered from it. I don't know when it started in China.
Apparently in December.
China is obviously the place that has had the most cases. And I've got a few different websites with the stats. In China, they say there's a total of 81,000 cases. There's only been 3,281 deaths. 73,650 have recovered, and there's still 4,287 active cases. 1,399 of those are serious cases. So the other 2,000 plus or 3,000 are not that serious. They could become serious, I admit. Hey, I'm just going by the stats on World Meters Info /coronavirus. Yeah, Italy has a staggering thing. Italy's statistics are 74,000 have gotten it. There's been over 5,000 new cases today. Total deaths 7,500. Over 9,000 have recovered. 57,000 of there's 57 over 50,000 active cases. It says serious critical cases at the moment 3,000. We'll say 500. It's where's U.S. It says there's 60,000 cases, 5,000 new, almost 5,800 new cases. I'm not sure since when. There's been 3,400 new deaths. Over 5,300 people have recovered. There is 38,800 active cases and 2,600 approximately are serious, according to this site. I know there's other sites out there with slightly different statistics. Canada, it says here, we have 2,900 cases. Total recovered 185. Right now we have, it's saying most of the cases are, that's active. There's 2,700 active cases, and there is only one serious case in all of Canada. So I'm just going by the numbers, which is basically all I can go by at the moment. That's the website. I'm not believing the Chinese government. I'm just believing the statistics that are being shown to me, or the numbers. Yeah, I believe China has reason to lie. I don't doubt that. Actually, it says 28 deaths. But what do you mean, what am I looking at, Bullet? Do you have something that says there's more? Do you have somewhere telling you there's more? Give me the site that you're looking at for information. Yeah, China's trying to blow up their thing, and I get that. Everybody's playing the blame game, and I believe it started in China. They're just trying to take the focus off them, which is stupid. They should just own up to it. But I don't know where this site is getting their numbers from China. I'm just saying this is the site that this number. And any site that I go to, and I've got 2 or 3 that's saying about the same for the deaths, with 1 or 2 off. If that. What's Jinnah? Do you believe people under 65 can't die and children are? No, I don't believe that. Can somebody under 65 catch it? Yeah, sure. Can children, if they catch it, can children catch it? Sure. But statistics are, I believe, showing that most kids haven't caught it. Not, there's very few, if any, that have. Doesn't mean they're invulnerable. 1 died in Hamilton last night. Oh, yeah, well, that's 1 out of 2,900 people over all of Canada. Rick, you don't have to be one of the chief. I'm not. I'm going by the numbers. You're telling me that because 2,900 people in all of Canada are affected, and there's 37, 38 million, that I should be afraid. I should live in fear. You're telling me, the flu, which has over 1 billion people that are affected a year, and that there's 3,500 deaths in Canada every year from it, and I don't know how many people catch it in Canada, but it's in the hundreds of thousands. I'm more afraid of catching the flu at this point. And again, if you go by, well, I know Italy, we're not China. If you go by the Chinese numbers, they have had, there's a staggering number of people that have recovered, like 90% approximately. I don't know what the percentage is offhand. They're less than 8,000 away from recovered. Rick, you don't have to be afraid, but you... Yeah, but with what we're doing, we are living in way too much fear over this, in my opinion. How many people were in contact with that one person who coincidentally died in Corona in your building is? I have no clue. And confirmed cases aren't all of it. For every confirmed case, there could be 2 or 3 unconfirmed. Yeah, true. But I say you have more to fear from the flu and probably something else. Well, be cautious, yeah, but I'm not saying not be cautious, but you have something more to worry about getting the flu than you do this, is what I'm saying. Because we've got this at the forefront of the news, everybody is going out and fighting over toilet paper. Okay, then we should do this every year. We should live like this all year round. Nothing gets done because the flu is bad. 300 to 500,000 people over the world die of the flu a year. So should we live like this all year round because of the flu? And then I'm sure there's other diseases just as similar to the flu. You do realize these. I'm not scared of the flu. I'm just using it as an example. The flu is much worse, yet we don't take these exact same precautions every year. Well, it says Rick is not crazy here. I have a travel letter too. I don't know what they think they're doing in Canada. Now, could this be worse than the flu? Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Because it hasn't played out. China had 81,000 in, they say December, what were you saying, December?
Yeah.
So that's, 3.5, 4 months. The flu shot helps prevent it, yeah. But a lot of people don't get the flu shot either. I don't. I think the flu shot it's the worst thing you can do.
If you're young, especially if you're young.
Yeah, especially if your immune system. And that's my opinion. And anybody who wants to get the flu shot, fine, buy it. Go do it. I'm not going to say not do it. Anybody who wants to, isolate themselves purposely and all that, fine. Do it if you want to. If you think things are going to be better because of it, do it. But I think we should be given the choice whether to do it. I don't think it should be forced upon us.
All this is going to do is put prices up.
Well, possibly. But it's the problem. It's 2:04 now. How many babies were killed today? Yeah, abortion.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether that's what you're talking about now, but I don't know how many.
Probably more than the virus is taken throughout the world.
Anyways, the problem, let's see, Bullet says, the problem is the coronavirus would crush hospitals, and there aren't enough any people helping people who have lungs filled up with their own blood and mucus. Yeah, well, the hospitals would be out of control really right now, I think, because of the fear that's being caused.
This was all foretold 2,000 years ago.
It's also novel that we don't have herd immunity like typical flu strains, so the death count is much higher. This actually reduced death rates in Chicago. Yeah, well, I would honestly say these measures this year are going to put the flu deaths down because everybody's social distancing themselves. And there'll probably be a lot of other things that'll be reduced. Maybe even crime statistics this year will be down because of social distancing. At least at the moment, people go crazy or they don't have money to buy stuff, that might send them up a bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about people being homeless?
Raggedy says crime is plummeting in New York City, Mallet. Yeah, everybody's staying home, so they're too afraid to catch this virus, so they're staying home. So nobody's.
Even the crooks.
So yeah, that's I guess a plus. I get the bus for free, so that's a plus. Yeah, I can find pluses in this. We need John for this. People aren't say on life-saving machines that get. No, but there's many things that keep people on lifelong operating life-saving machines too, because their lungs.
Ammonia?
Ammonia does that. Pneumonia, whatever. They know what I meant. You know, I'm just looking at numbers compared to other stuff. You know, we're trying to prevent the complete crash and loss of life / society that a massive death toll would bring. But there's the thing. Would it be a massive death toll? Bullet? That's what we're assuming. You know, that it would be a massive death toll. I don't know what stuff China's brought in regards to social distancing. Mallet says this is basically a pneumonia. Same. People are being arrested for leaving their houses. It's a misdemeanor in Washington. That happens with the flu too, right? Not as far as I know. And that's the point. The flu, at this point, I would consider worse of a virus.
Yeah, well, I had an uncle die of it.
Yeah, well, that's why I say it's worse. But this is the first time we've ever. This is the first time we've ever seen this.
Yeah.
That's why we're making such a big thing of it. Is what some people have said, and I think that's right. You know, SARS turned out to be not as bad as what we thought. Mallet says it's important that these discussions are picking place because we need to question everything, even if we don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan says, I'm going to miss Rick when he gets corona. China was welding people into their homes, right? Oh, as I said, I didn't know, so. You know, maybe that's why their thing has gone down too. You know, maybe that's why they've had so many recover. So, Mallet said in 1918 a lot of people died from the flu, right? I guess so. I'm not sure.
I think that's around the time my uncle died.
I don't know what the flu statistics were for back then. You know, I looked up on Canada for the flu stuff, and it gave some world stuff and Canada stuff on the flu. Just because I heard about, you know, the flu being worse, so I went and got some facts on it to the best that I could. I'm sure I could find, they're really tried, I could get more, better ones. When the world government, the WHO believes we should be shutting stuff down, I tended to question it. I mean, not you right, and I'm not going to spread it, but I do question and then look at it, aka opening those homes to families dead. Yeah, and maybe that was wrong because they weren't able to get any medicine, putting them welding them in their homes.
Yeah.
If you're not able to get any medicine, maybe you need some.
How do you know how many died?
Well, if they open the bullet said, aka opening their homes to find families dead. Well, maybe that's because they didn't get any medical treatment whatsoever. Some people can get over the flu easy, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what conditions are like here. You know, I feel myself getting the flu. I take hot baths, you know, I drink orange juice, stuff like that, you know. No, somebody's trolling me, called themselves coronavirus. It's probably saying, "Hi, I'm looking for Rick Piper." Raggedy said, Spanish flu killed 10% of the world's population. They're burning people alive in China. That happens with the flu too, right? I don't think so. Everyone says rest in peace, Rick Piper. Corona Chan is here.
That sounds like no. One of his.
No, Bullet said that.
Oh. Are we going up today?
What, you thinking, what's the name of it?
Yeah.
No. Mallet says I eat dirt. Why is it me? I just thought it'd be something you do. Maybe it's Joshua. Raggedy says, gonna get you, Ricky. Raggedy says, laugh out loud. Evan is accused of being one. Mallet says, even though Rick, we may be rolling Rick a little bit, it's important to have these discussions. I agree, Mallet. I agree. You know, see things from different points of perspective and all that. Maybe get to the truth of the matter.
Should put a bot on. Usually they drive me nuts, but.
You know, and I know I'm past my time for staying on, but you know, it's a good discussion. Bullet says they go to the park, laugh out loud. I'm not sure what that means. Evan says Corona got Joshua months ago. Coronavirus says I already paid that $2. Joshua was patient 0, said Raggy. Okay, so I don't know who is pretending to be coronavirus. Evan says rest in peace. But you know, I noticed over the weekend it did go up in Canada. It went up very drastically. It did go up like 1,000.
Oh yeah. Oh, that must be all the people they're letting in from
Well, 20
infected countries, and not taking their temperature or anything.
Well, possibly
like
not. You can't assume nothing there, Mom. Eric never got his wish. Mallet says 24-hour Verona Chan stream. Let's see. I have three main ones that I've been going to. There's other ones obviously you can go to too. One, I can get a little bit better statistics on Canada, although I think their stuff is off a little bit. You can get, like, I can get province by province. You know, it's saying there's 185 recovered in Canada, 28 deaths. Like, here, 21. On the 21st, we had 1,470. And then the 22nd, we had 2,000. And then the 23rd, we had 2,700.
Oh, yeah.
That went up quite a few cases over a couple days. And then today, the 24th, between the 24th and the 25th, or maybe that's the 24th. Oh, between the 23rd, on the 24th, we were up to 27, just under 2,800. And then today, we've only so far gone up to 2,900.
Yeah.
Or just under 29,000, not 29,000, 2,900. Let's see what people are saying in the chat since no, pretending it's me. I was pretending I was hanging with Tom Hanks. I think now is a good time to remind people that Trudeau was re-elected to the office by Canadians.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
You know, statistics for the world from this one site. I can probably get the world from these other sites too. Right now, the one site saying, the one that I was reading the statistics first from, 452,601 cases all over the world, 20,500 deaths all over the world, and 13,121 have recovered all over the world. So, I should probably look up somewhere where I can get, Hamilton, Ontario statistics better, or Ontario statistics better. I've just been dealing with Canada as a whole and maybe Ontario. Or Ontario just as a whole.
Toronto and BC.
Well, Ontario and British Columbia are the worst for Canada. And British Columbia worse than thing. But that is, like close to Washington, where it's pretty big.
Washington State or Washington, D.C.?
Whatever's on the West Coast.
State.
Yeah, Ontario says there's 588 infected, 581 are sick at the moment, and 7 dead. We had some recovered for a while, but I love Hamilton because I spent a lot of time there. It says coronavirus. Gotta go to Canada.ca, Rick.
Oh, that's probably from the BBC or CBC, which are inaccurate.
Well, no, the government of Canada.
They just,
Okay, it's saying number of people tested on the Canadian side. It's saying number of people tested, confirmed cases, probable cases, and deaths. 142,154 people have been tested. Out of those tested, there's just under 2,000 confirmed cases. Probable cases, I'm not sure what they mean by that. 833 and 27 deaths. It's saying 8 deaths in Ontario. So. Yeah, well, that's another place I will hit the favorite button at the moment for some stats. Although that doesn't break it down for cities. In Ontario. Well, yeah, British Columbia is the worst, followed by Ontario, followed by Alberta, then Saskatchewan. No, yeah, Saskatchewan, then Nova Scotia. That's the people who died before they got the results back. What, probable cases? Well, they still would get the results and be able to attribute it to that or not, so. Oh, it's tough. 18, I think, is the next type. And then Manitoba. Labrador with Prince Edward with 3. Yukon with 2. Northwest Territories with 1. Nunavut with none. And Travelers 13 for confirmed cases. Do you know what you think? Everyone's like, wait a minute, he's thinking about something. So yeah, I don't mind another site that's probably good for this sort of thing.